I wasn't looking for anything in particular that night, just killing time. It started like any other sleepless evening. Reddit, YouTube, a couple games of chess against the computer. But around 2 a.m., I found myself on one of those rabbit hole forums, the kind where people post creepy sites they've stumbled across. One comment stood out. This one's next level. Like, government blacklist level. It catalogs autopsy files, and not just public ones. Curious and reckless, I clicked the link. The site had no name, just a black screen and a blinking cursor that said, "Enter credentials." I don't know what compelled me, but I typed in a username I used back in high school, just for fun. The screen flickered, then, "Access granted." I froze. How? The interface loaded. It was minimal, folders labeled by year. I clicked on the most recent one, 2025. A list of names popped up. Hundreds, all listed as deceased. I scrolled aimlessly. Some names had photos. Some had detailed files, case numbers, medical examiner notes, death certificates. Then I saw it. My name. First, I thought it had to be someone else. Common name, right? But when I opened the file, every detail matched. Name, Sam Parker. D.O.B. September 13th, 1995. Cause of death, blunt force trauma to the skull. Date of death, May 3rd, 2025. Status, autopsy complete. Body transferred to crematorium. That date, it was 2 days ago. I stared at the screen, numb. How could I be dead? I dug deeper. There were photos. The first was of a man lying on a metal slab. The body was partially covered, but I could see enough. Same birthmark on the shoulder. Same scar on the chin. It was me, pale, lifeless, skull cracked open. What the hell? I slammed the laptop shut, heart pounding. Maybe it was some elaborate prank. Deepfake? A coincidence? I wanted to believe that until I refreshed the page an hour later and saw the status had changed. Record viewed. IP logged. I didn't sleep that night. Couldn't. I kept checking the windows. Every sound outside made my skin crawl. By morning, I convinced myself I'd hallucinated the whole thing. But then things got worse. I called my mom. She didn't answer. Texted a few friends. No replies. Checked my own name online. No search results found. Like I didn't exist. I even Googled my social media handles. Nothing. Not disabled. Not banned. Just gone. Like someone had erased me. I went to my job at the bookstore. My manager looked confused when I walked in. "Can I help you?" "It's me, Sam. I work Tuesdays." He blinked, then shook his head. "Sorry, I don't think we've met." I laughed awkwardly until I saw the help wanted sign in the window. My name wasn't on the schedule. My login didn't work. My desk drawer had someone else's things inside. It was like I'd never been there at all. I went to the police. I told them someone had stolen my identity. that there was a fake death report with my name on it. They ran a search. No ID on file. No birth certificate. Are you sure you're a citizen? I showed them my driver's license. The officer held it under the scanner and frowned. This is expired, and the barcode doesn't register. That's impossible. I renewed it last month. He leaned back in his chair, face unreadable. We'll look into it, he said, but I saw the look they exchanged as I left the station. They didn't believe me. Back home, I tried logging into my bank account. Error, account not found. Tried my email. Locked out. My utilities? Canceled. I was being erased. Not just from the internet. From reality. That night, I reopened the dark web link. The site was still up. My profile still there. But now a new field had appeared. Resurrection anomaly. Subject active. Underneath was a timestamp and live coordinates. My coordinates. My laptop camera light blinked on. I ripped the battery out, smashed the webcam, but it was too late. I was already being watched. I stayed off the internet for days, switched to a burner phone, moved between motels, but they always caught up. Notes slipped under my door. You shouldn't be here. A whisper through a vent in one motel. You're not supposed to be alive. 2 nights ago, I woke up with blood on my sheets, a cut on my scalp, fresh stitches I don't remember getting, like someone had continued the autopsy. I screamed into the mirror. My reflection didn't scream back. It just stared, wide-eyed, bleeding, but frozen. Then its lips moved, not mine. You're in the wrong body. I stumbled backward, knocking over the sink's edge. Glass shattered. I blinked. My reflection matched me again. Mouth open, eyes frantic, screaming. I ran. Didn't pack. Didn't look back. Just drove. No GPS. No destination. Just away. But no matter where I stopped, gas stations, roadside diners, no one would acknowledge me. Clerks looked through me. Cameras didn't capture me. I waved at a CCTV monitor in a corner store. The screen showed an empty aisle. Last night, I found a motel off a forgotten stretch of highway. Vacancy sign flickering like it knew I'd show up. Room key already waiting at the desk. Mr. Sam, the clerk said, not even glancing up. I never told him my name. The room was cold. Not broken heater cold, metal slab cold. I checked the mirror again. The reflection was wearing different clothes. Hospital gown. Dried blood on the collar. I wasn't moving, but he was. He raised a hand, pointed at me, then mouthed, "They're coming to finish it." I turned around. No one was there, but on the nightstand something new, a manila envelope. Inside, a second autopsy report. Same name, same date of birth, but now, a new note scribbled at the bottom. Reinstatement rejected. Terminate residual. My phone buzzed. I hadn't turned it on. Didn't even think it had signal. but a message flashed on the screen. You have 12 hours. After that, compliance becomes extraction. Attached was a photo, taken moments ago. It was me, sitting on the bed, holding the envelope. Only, the angle was from inside the room. I lunged for the dresser, tore it open. Nothing. No camera. Checked the ceiling vent, the lamp, under the bed, until I saw it. A small lens embedded in the wall mirror's corner, blinking red. I smashed it with the lamp. Silence. Then the hotel phone rang. I didn't answer, didn't want to, but it rang again and again. On the fifth ring, I picked up. Static at first. Then, you were pronounced dead. There is no appeal. Please, I whispered. Why me? A pause. Then, you logged in. You accessed your death. So fix it. Reverse it. Too late. You viewed the file. You acknowledged the event. What does that mean? It means your body is still dead. Only your will remains. Then let me go. You don't belong in this plane anymore. What do you want from me? Another pause. Then, chillingly calm. Consent. The line went dead. So did the lights. Then, a knock at the door. 3 slow taps. I held my breath. Another knock. Then a voice. Raspy. Familiar. Sam, it's you, isn't it? I froze, because the voice was mine. Not similar. Identical. I pressed against the far wall, every nerve on fire. Another knock. Open up. We don't have much time. My own voice. Calm. Urgent. I grabbed the motel chair, raised it like a weapon. The door creaked open by itself. No one there. Just a shadow shaped like me, standing in the hallway light. Then it stepped inside. He looked like me, but not right. Skin, too pale. Eyes, too still. A stitch mark around the scalp like a crown. My autopsy scar. He smiled tightly, sadly. You weren't supposed to resist. What are you? I'm what you left behind. The part they reanimated. The compliant one. No, that's not possible. You saw your body, didn't you? On the slab. That was you. I'm still alive. No, you're just the echo, the glitch, the piece that clung on. He took a step closer. I backed into the bathroom. The lights above the mirror flickered. Our reflections stood there, 2 versions of me. Only he didn't blink. They gave you a chance to surrender peacefully, but you kept running. Running from what? Death? He tilted his head. From correction. The world has rules. You violated them. He held up a small object. Looked like a coin. No, a tag. Same barcode from my fake death report. They sent me to retrieve the echo, the part that disobeyed the transition. You mean my soul? Call it what you want, but it doesn't belong here anymore. Suddenly, the world lurched, like gravity misfired. The walls shimmered, paint peeled back into code. The room's edges bent inward, and my body, my original body, began to decay in the mirror. Maggots, rot, flesh sloughing off. But the other me, still standing, still pristine. They're rebooting the space. We have minutes before full overwrite. Then what happens? You vanish. Forever. Unless. He held out the tag. Take this. Accept your termination. Merge. Become whole. Let me finish the death. I stared at the tag. A numb silence filled the room. I thought of my mom, my friends, all of them erased from my life. I thought of the stitched wound on my head, of the motel mirror, of the voice on the phone. Maybe I really was supposed to be dead. Maybe I am. But I looked at him, at the dead-eyed echo, the compliance, the empty perfection, and I knew one thing. No, I whispered. I'd rather burn out wrong than fade away clean. I grabbed the shard of mirror glass from the sink and plunged it into his neck. He didn't scream, just looked at me, disappointed. The illusion shattered. He crumpled to the floor, and the world convulsed, like I'd cut a wire in reality. The lights burst, the ceiling cracked, a sound like tearing fabric screamed from the walls. Then, darkness. When I opened my eyes, I was in a hospital. Real this time. Cold light, electrodes on my chest. A nurse blinked in shock. Code blue. He's conscious. Voices. Chaos. Then I saw it. On the tray near the bed. My belongings in a plastic bag. My wallet. My phone. And something else. A tag. The same barcode. Only now it was burned through the center. Like it had been rejected. I'm alive. But I don't think they've stopped watching. Every mirror holds a delay. My reflection still blinks too late. And sometimes, I swear I hear my voice whisper back, "You were supposed to die."